Chapter 28, Flight of the Prince. Harry is just bewildered. Like, he doesn't believe that what he just saw just happened. He did not see Dumbledore just fly off the rail and get killed. Um, and as he's sitting there, he realized, the effects of the spell that Dumbledore put on him are gone. And he sees Snape and Malfoy. Like, Snape just grabs Malfoy and said, "Let's go. We gotta go." And so they dip out. And right when Harry is able to move, he launches a spell and immobilizes one of the Death Eaters, and then runs after them immediately without thinking about it. He runs after them. He runs downstairs and right into a battle. He runs into Ginny, Professor McGonagall, Ron, and some other people in the Order, all in battle. And Harry is kind of just coming in. He's taking people out. He's trying to get to Snape and Malfoy. The werewolf jumped on Harry, and then Harry, I believe, immobilized him, or Ginny. No, I believe Harry immobilized him, and then he was just moving on along, and Death Eaters were launching spells at him to keep him away, and he was just chasing after. His goal was just to get to Malfoy and Snape. And he just kept going. He saw Lupin. He ran past him. Everyone's like, "Harry, where you going?" He's like, "I don't care." He runs off, gets around to the room of requirement, and seemed like the door was closed because some Death Eaters ran past it and were trying to run out to the grounds. And he was trying to beat Snape and Malfoy out to the grounds because then they'll be able to apparate and leave Hogwarts. He ran past other students in the pajamas, and as things were going on, ran past puddles of blood in the hallways. It was just insane, this battle scene that's going on in Hogwarts. And Harry's taking people out left and right. He's getting hit a little bit left and right, and as he gets out to the grounds a little bit, um, he sees Snape, Malfoy, and then one Death Eater with them, and they're running past Hagrid's place. And Hagrid has confronted them, so Hagrid's like battling them as well. Um, and they light Hagrid's house on fire. Harry's still running out there. He gets hit in the back by another Death Eater that was behind him, takes him out, and keeps going. And as we get to closer to Hagrid's, then he gets knocked back by Snape as he's trying to launch a spell, and Snape's like, "Nah, nah." And every spell that Harry is trying to launch at this moment, Snape is just deflecting or stopping. Even Harry tried to launch a spell at the other Death Eater that was out there, and Snape stopped that as well. And basically, as he started using more spells in his arsenal, Harry started using the spells that were in the book, the Half-Blood Prince. And at this moment here, Snape lets him know you gotta be quicker than that, and basically tells him not to say your spells out loud because I'm gonna block them. And then once he starts using the spells in the book, Snape lets him know that he himself is the Half-Blood Prince, and that book was his. So all the spells, all the notes in there was all Snape writing those down, and that's what Harry has been following the whole year pretty much, was the directions of Snape as a young student. And Harry didn't really have time to think about this because what he was thinking about obviously was stopping Snape and taking him out, but he couldn't even get a hit on Snape at all. Snape kept knocking him back, and then as one of the Death Eaters hit him with I think it was probably the Crucius Curse, because Harry felt a lot of pain at that moment. And then Buckbeak flies in, woo, and starts terrorizing Snape, and Snape is, screaming and running around. And then at this point, Harry got his wand knocked out of his hand, so he was trying to look for his wand so he could get back into the battle. By that time, Snape had already apparated and was gone. So everyone was gone at this moment. They told the other Death Eater before he left. Snape told the other Death Eater not to kill Harry because that's for the Dark Lord. And at this moment, then battle is over. Harry let Hagrid know what spell to use to put his house out, and he helped him put his house out. And then, as Hagrid's talking, he's like, Um, why were those Death Eaters with? Why was Snape with those Death Eaters? And Harry is like, he didn't really want to explain it. But as he's talking, Hagrid's talking, he brings up Dumbledore, and it's like maybe Dumbledore's plan for Snape to go off with them, and then Harry's like, Snape killed Dumbledore. In this moment, Hagrid paused for a second and was like, no, you're not, that's not true. And Harry didn't want to explain it any more than that. He let him know. As they're walking back to the grounds, Hagrid's talking, and um, Harry's like, yeah, I saw it. I saw it happen, and he didn't really go that much further into it. As they get back to the grounds, there's a lot of students coming out by where, like, below the astronomy tower, and then he hears Hagrid let out a cry and start crying really loudly, and that's when he got to the spot where Dumbledore was. He was there, laying down, um, eyes closed, and Harry walked up to him, knelt down, and then he realized he was kneeling down on something pretty hard. Looked down, and there was the locket that they had got from the cave, and he noticed that the locket looked different from the memory in Voldemort's past. And he looked at the locket, and he noticed it wasn't the same locket. And he opened it, and there was a letter inside from someone initialed RAB, and saying that this person took the original locket from Voldemort, and he planned to destroy it. So now, at that point, they went to the cave for nothing, and Dumbledore was weakened from drinking that potion to get a locket that wasn't even the real thing. And at this point, Harry didn't care about what was written in that. He along with everyone, was just sad that Dumbledore is gone, and he's never gonna be able to talk to him again or get any help from Dumbledore. Crazy chapter. Crazy chapter. And for Snape to be the Half-Blood Prince the whole time, so he already knew, probably had suspicions that Harry had the book the whole time. And at this point, I just feel like, he was calling Snape a coward and all that, and Snape was getting mad. Like, he was like, this was the most mad Harry has ever seen Snape. And I feel like this was really hard for Snape to do, to take out Dumbledore, the person probably that trusts him most, and the person that he would trust the most to do this task. But yeah, this is probably very hard for Dumbledore. Harry's not going to understand right now that how hard this was for Snape. But obviously he has all the reasons to hate Snape right now, because Snape has been the reason for all his loved ones, the people that he's come to care for the most. Well, not all of them, but majority of them being gone. Yeah,